What's going on, everybody? Easy Off Grid here, back with another YouTube video. As you can see, this video is going to be a little bit different. We are here in the Deschutes National Forest, right outside of Bend, Oregon. It's chilly. It's about 35 degrees right now. Thank you so much for the crazy viewership of the last video. Never did I ever think we would surpass even 1,000 views. We actually are over 3,000 views, which is insane. But we got a lot of comments on that video. People were wondering, why'd you guys switch from a Jeep to a truck? And what does the truck build out look like? So we wanted to bring to you a detailed video on everything that we carry, everything we've done, what vehicle we would recommend for you guys, and what future plans we have for the truck build. Come along and join us. Starting with the outside of the truck, this here is a 2015 Toyota Tacoma SR5. That's all you need. We've done plenty of things to this truck, starting with the wheels and tires. This guy came with some granite alloy, blacked out rims. We liked the way they look, so we kept them. We wrapped them with some Falcon Wild Peak AT4s. They've done great. We've struggled a little bit with weight, but they've done okay. Somewhat loud on the road. Overall, really positive outcome on those guys. Up top here, we have a extreme terrain roof rack. I went super cheap on the roof rack because we're not sure if we want to keep it when we get back home. It's done its job during the trip, but we don't really know what we want to do with the truck when we get home, so that's why I went cheap on that guy. Coming to the back here, this is a CBI bed rack. This thing has been absolutely amazing. We have so much mounted to it. We have off-brand Max Tracks from Amazon. They work like a charm. Coming to the back of the truck, basically everything you see here is what we keep in the back. It's a lot and it weighs a lot, but it fits together perfectly. So let's start over here. Right here we have a food tote. That's all our dry goods. Last trip, I would say we had a little bit more storage, but it does good. The nice thing is that all these Husky totes from Home Depot are waterproof, so we never have to worry about any water or anything getting inside of the dry goods, because that would be horrible. This next tote here, we have all of our kitchen stuff. Surprisingly, our whole kitchen fits into one tote, which shows people that live in a house that, yes, your whole kitchen should be able to fit into a tote, because that's all you need. Right above it here, this little guy is all our coffee and stuff. We love coffee. I'm severely addicted to coffee now. So that's a big priority, especially when you can't get a shower every morning. This guy, if you don't know what this is a turtle box. We were actually lucky enough to win this guy at Overland Expo this year. It's pretty crazy. It's completely waterproof and it bumps. It's crazy. For our water storage, we have this Lifesaver. This has been probably the best piece of gear that we have ever purchased for our trips. It carries about 5 gallons and it has a huge filtration system. So in days like today, if we were to run out of water, we could actually dump it into the river and have clean, safe drinking water. Below right here, we have another water storage. This is a Dometic. I want to say it holds about 3 gallons. It's nice. What we do is we fill all our water up and then dump it into the Lifesaver as we need. Back behind the diesel heater here, which we will get to later, there's another Amazon water cube, we like to call it. That holds another solid 5 gallons. On this side over here, we have an 11-pound propane tank. That is more than enough for anything that we ever need to do. We use it for cooking every once in a while. We'll use it for our propane campfire. This has been great this trip because there have been so many fire bans. Not here, it's freezing, so we can have fires here. But majority of our trip, there have been fire bans, so this is huge. In this tote right here, we have all of our Starlink stuff, all of our extension cords, power strips. This tote usually sits still unless if we're in a spot with no service, or if we find ourselves at a campground, a KOA, or some other spot with power. We usually tear this guy apart and get everything charged up. And this tote is actually empty right now. That is because this guy houses the diesel heater. This is an H-calorie diesel heater from Amazon. It's pretty finicky, not gonna lie, but she somehow always seems to pull through. On the front side, there's the heater duct that goes up into the tent. We also have the muffler, and then the other side there's the air intake and the power plug-in. And she runs steady all night. We can do about 16 hours of running it on 1 gallon of diesel. So that is more than enough for what we need. And lastly, in the back here, we have our Free Spirit Ready Light. Also amazing. I can't recommend it enough because of the solar aspect. That was a main issue we had last trip, especially with leaving so late. It got dark very early, and we kept using headlights, and they ran out of battery very fast. So we invested in a good solid dome light, and it has killed it. Coming to this side of the truck, not much going on. We have 2 roto packs, one that says gasoline, but we actually use it for the diesel heater, and then just another gallon of water. So total, I believe we have 15 gallons of water. And then right above that, we have a hatchet and shovel. And this is also the side that we use our ladder to pick it up into the tent. Moving on to the tent, this is a Free Spirit Aspen Light. I have no idea how this thing is still intact. We have slept in it over 170 nights. I mean, it has its minor wears and tears, but overall, this is easily, probably the best tent ever made. And lastly, the front of the truck, we have a TRD grill, necessity for an overlander. We also, you can probably see it better now, have an Apache case from Harbor Freight. That's one thing that I will swear by. You do not need a $600 case. This was literally less than $100, and it does not leak. It rides fine. It does everything that your $600 realm case would. We also have some rough country ditch lights. The one thing that I love about these lights is they have an amber backlit DRL. I turn them on every single time I turn the truck on. And lastly, if you can see it up top here, we have solar panel, also a Harbor Freight classic, 100 watts, all we need. It does great, waterproof, windproof, snowproof. Yeah, and one more thing, we also have a 3D printed Starlink mount from Etsy. Also has held up very, very well. Before we go into the inside of the truck, I wanted to tell you why we bought a 2015. This is the reason right here. The indestructible 4.0 V6 by Toyota. A lot of people asked us, why didn't you go newer? I wanted the 4.0. I did not want the 3.5. This motor is amazing. Buy a second gen. They're indestructible. Coming to the inside of the truck, not much is different up front. We try and keep this space as empty as possible. just so we don't really feel like we are super claustrophobic. We do charge our phones up here, and we also charge our power station with the car when needed. Mabel found a really good sand dollar, so we have that in here to stay safe. Have some patches up top. That's the front of the truck. Come to the back row of the truck. As you can see, we have a custom seat delete. This is a very nice shelving system made out of some plywood. On the driver's side here, we have all of our clothes. We have some fleeces up here, shorts, joggers, pants, hoodies, t-shirts in this guy. And then down here in these two, we have our socks and underwear. Behind my seat, we have backpacks, some blankets, some more electronic stuff. In the door here, I keep some of my tools. Shoved behind the REI Cube, we have some towels, some hammocks, some more recovery gear, some more tools, things like that. And that's the driver's side. On the passenger side of the vehicle, we have our rough country 12-volt fridge. This is another thing that I have no idea why people buy super duper expensive refrigerators. This thing was like $300, I think, compared to the Dometic one at this size is like $900, I want to say. Next to it, we have our deep cycle battery. This guy we run our diesel heater off of. It does great. We also have a little integrated percentage meter here. This is good to know. It's not accurate all the time, but it's good to know a rough estimate. Shows the percentage, the voltage, and the degrees Fahrenheit inside of the case. On top here, we have another Apache case from Harbor Freight. This houses our drone. We've been loving flying that thing around. It's super fun. And attached to the rear of both of our seats, we have some pockets that have all of our bathroom stuff. This was an idea we had for the first trip too, and we loved the way it worked, so we decided to use the same ones for this trip. We have our shoes are thrown back here. Up top here in this bag is where we keep all of our coats. The one I'm wearing, the one Mabel's wearing, and some raincoats and some other things. And tucked behind the refrigerator, there's so much stuff. Our chairs, this tripod that the phone's on, some awning stuff. What else? More sticks. We have some more electronic stuff. Our computer goes back there. Yeah, it's a good, there's so much storage back there for us to shove all kinds of stuff. And in the middle, we have the hub of it all, our Jackery Explorer 1000. It's incredible how many charging cycles we have gone through with this guy, and it never fails, especially now with 100 watts of solar up top. It's done the job. It's been amazing. So yeah, that's the breakdown of the inside of the truck. Now finally, the main reason this video: why did we switch vehicles? Well, we loved the Jeep build. Pebble absolutely rocked it last trip, but we knew we wanted to go on another trip, and she was old. She had around 190,000 on the old odometer, and we did not want to take her on another 10,000-mile trip. Originally, we didn't know what we were going to get. I've always been a huge Toyota fan, so we almost knew Toyota was going to be the next option. Then this guy popped up on Marketplace, and being from Michigan, the main thing you look for is rust-free. This guy is rust-free, low miles. We left with 92. We're just about to hit 100K. Now, there are some things on the Jeep build that we wish we could have implemented more into the truck build. Like the drawer system in the back of the Jeep was pretty sweet. We feel that that system may have been a little more efficient than the totes. It's the fact that now we kind of have to take everything out in order to cook a meal or set up Starlink or set up the heater, which is okay. We've gotten used to it. But the drawer system in the Jeep was pretty nice. We are able to carry more this trip. We didn't have Starlink last trip. We didn't have some other little things. So that's been very nice. We do have more roof space as well, like enough to have solar panel and some more space on the tent now as well. So that's another pro for the truck. I do feel that the truck handles the weight a little better on road. They're both pretty comparable off road. I feel more comfortable driving this guy at highway speeds than I do the Jeep. Now, when it comes to what vehicle I recommend, it really depends on what you're looking for. If you are looking for a weekender to get out on the weekend and to explore new places once the week is done, I think I'd recommend the Jeep, honestly. It's more configurable. There's more options. There's so much aftermarket support on the Jeep, and parts are pretty accessible. But I think for long term, both on and off road, Tacoma outweighs the Jeep heavily. There's more power up front. The weight is distributed differently, but it honestly it does drive good. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little breakdown of the truck. We love it. We are actually already making our way home, sort of. So don't worry, content won't stop. I'm hoping to film some stuff at home in Michigan, snow, winter camping. That'll be fun. All right, thanks guys for watching. We hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.